you have to encourage open communication that everybody brings in the expectations. Now, this expectation mostly could be career, because career is also related to finances again. Somebody wants to go back to school, somebody wants to do a different course, somebody wants to shift career again. You know, all these conversations, they comes back again to haunt your financial life. But on the finances itself again, you have to think, for me, 3 key areas, very important, of course. One of them is retirement. If you're employed, you're working, or you're in business again, whichever part of kind of economy you are in, or wherever you are getting your income from, you have to think about retirement. That's one of the very, very key important things that you have to look at. Then number 2, you have to look at your kids, the education, the life that you're going to give them again. How are you going to support them? To what level of education? To which schools do you want them to go? Of course, depending on your ability, your potential. And then number 3, you have to look at your long-term goals as a couple. Buying a home, maybe buying a car, owning some properties. These 3 things, they form the pillars that will guide you through your financial life. Because if you don't set them up again, you are likely to squander the money. Remember, if you don't have a goal, then you don't have an expenditure or a budget to spend your money on wisely again. You find yourself, you're spending whatever comes in. You know, money comes in, you spend because money is there, and you don't have a long-term plan. So it's very important, in as far as you're talking about who will be paying the bills, who will be buying the food, who will be doing this, who will be paying the rents, and all these other things again, those 3 important factors. Now, once you have those 3, number 2, it's about setting now aside the amount that is going to help you meet it. If you're talking about retirement, at what age? Are you going to wait until 50? Are you going to go up to 60? Are you going to retire early, maybe at 40? You know, depending on how you want your life to be. Number 2, if it's in business, for how long are you going to run that business? Do you want to do it until you die inside that business, or you want to leave early and add over maybe to your children or to somebody else? Then if you have just agreed on that, on the timing, maybe the retirement, and do what now. If we are going to retire at 50 or at 60, what do you want at retirement? This amount of money that can sustain us to this end. And I have to mention this because I've been in the finance industry, insurance to be very specific. You find you're doing some statistics whereby the people retire at age of 60. Majority of them do not live more than 10 years after retirement. Issue coming with the depression and the stress. You know, you're used to income coming every month, and then you've gone home. There is nothing. Maybe there is some small trickle down from either the government. Others, maybe there is nothing literally coming in, and then there is this depression and everything. So when planning for that retirement, you should be looking at it. If God blesses you, you are well, you have good health, how many years are you likely to live after retirement? Now, again, another funny mistake. This is an African mistake. You say, I want to invest in children, they will take care of me. That's a very wrong premise to start your marriage or your life with again, because you are living in a different age, in a different time. You can no longer trust your children. They also have their dreams, they have their life to live, because at the end of the day, it will get to a point whereby they leave, they go, and then you have nobody to support you. So you are left there cursing your own children, not because of their own problem, but because it's you made it. You didn't prepare for yourself. So prepare for that. Another aspect that is also very important to bring in, the issue of emergencies again, because they do happen. You know, in case of sickness, chronic illness, you know, we have maybe an accident, you know. You have a house, you have bought a house, and then it has caught fire. It's no longer there. How do you undo this? Now, when talking about that, again, it's also very important to discuss it from an emotional perspective, in a sense that it's not always about finances. Because finances might not be there. You might have planned, but then this happens too soon. So it's also a question of how do we manage, how do we come out of it very strong again, if money is there or money is not there. But factor in those 3 things in your financial plan.
All right, that is just hoping for the best and preparing for the worst at the end of the day. We usually